What's up, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. Hope you guys having a great day. I'm doing Pablo x Amaya photos, but it includes Sonicboy and Owlette because last time I did pictures of Connor's and Amaya's. They're done, but only one person's in house scene. So this is Sonicboy and Owlette. Let's do it.
Alright, so these are all they changed the Sonicboy and Owlette into the night, and I showing these photos, and I did, and it's really cool, and they're loving it. So they're inside the headquarters, the HQ, and it's really often, and I do this thing, and I was right about this, doing this photo job, and I did that, so I did that career, and so it'll be great, and I know doing this job, my career, and I loved it, and so we have a lot, and I used it, so it's really cool, and doing this job, and I did that huge job, and I do this thing, so it's really often, so, and I did this thing when they were shaking like this, and now they're fixing the Sonic car, when husband and wife are working together, and so, now they're all fixed it up, fixing his tires, and I do this thing about it. It's really cool, and I want to shout about this, it's really cool, and I loved it, so, and I went about this, it's really cool, and I loved it. Now the husband and wife look at each other when they are done fixing the tire of the Sonic car, and so it'll be great, and so it'll be great, and I loved it, and so I want to show about this, it's really cool, and I used it doing that job, my career, and I did this thing, and I did that, really cool, and for those of you, I always want to make an announcement, and really nothing, so it's really cool, and I loved it, so I'm doing the gallery, the photos, and I did on them all, and it's really cool, and I love to do it. And for those of you it'll be great, and it's really often doing the job, and I do this job, my career, and so we'll be doing that thing about. And I wish about this, now they're inside the next floor, top floor, in Owlette, now they're in the Owl Glider, and then there, another gecko, it was Octobella, and when she transformed it to another gecko, and the same voice like that, and I do that voice like that, and I was doing anything. Yeah, for those of you I just want about this, really cool, and pretty awesome, and it was really cool, and I love to do this job, and I loved it doing this job, my career, and so I want to do this thing about that, so, and I do this thing about that, really cool, and I know, you see that a little bit of it's a little blurry, and so I'll be great, and I know about this, and it was really excellent doing that job, and it's really often, so, and they looked at each other like this, and I doing it, so, and I do that thing about that, and so, and I knew this thing, my job, my career, and they looked at each other like that, and I do this, they're husband and wife, and I do this thing, and I do this thing about that, and it's really cool, and I loved it, so, and I loved it doing this job, and I do it in my career, and I do this thing about that, I did that huge job into the night, and another one I want to show about this here, and they were going crazy like that, I did a lot of photo shooting like that, and I do this thing about that, it's really cool, and for those of you, I just wanted everything about that, and it's new ones, and I did that, and it kind of looks like, these owl feathers like that, and for those of you, I just wanted about this, it made a new one called a Super Feather Shield, like Super Gecko Shields. It came out 2 years ago for the season 2 of PJMS from an episode PJ Power Up. And I know about this, it was really cool, and I loved it to do this job, and I do the thing, and I used it. And so when Gecko gives the night off, and when he quits, but he didn't. The next real Gecko season, the HQ trapped in the bubble. The crab did that when he was reading his book, and so it was great. And I know about this, and I do this job, my career, and so I did that job, huge job for Pablo Gonzalez. I already did that job, and I do this thing, and I know about this, really cool, and I do this thing about that. When Gecko cries like that, it makes me laugh a little bit, and makes me laugh out loud, and I know, and I know about this, what about that, and what it looks like. And for those of you, I just want to show about this, really often in my career, and so we have another one, so really cool, and so it'll be great, and I know about this, about this thing, about that, and about this episode, and it's really cool for that. So this is the last photos of Octo-Trouble. I did that today, and so let's get back to see them. All of these I did them all. The rest of this episode for today, it came out today, and so we have another one, and so it'll be great, and I loved it. So, and I know about this. She knew in this job, and I know about they're doing this thing. It's really cool. If it helps you, I just want to share about this. It's really cool, and I loved it doing my job, and so I know this thing about that. It's really cool, and they looked at each other like this and same eyes like that, and I usually see, so, and I know about this, so you take care. And for those of you, I just want an excellent, so, we have another one, so it's really cool, and they look at each other like that, so we have another one, and so we have another one, so I will share about this, doing my job, and so we're really great, and I know about that, so, so I will share excellent, so, and so it'd be great, and I know about this, it's really cool, and I loved it doing that job. And so we have a lot, and I do this thing, my job, my career. And so we have a lot, so it's going to be great, and I loved it. So, and I did that job for today, and I just woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning. I already did this, and did a lot of photo shooting. And I did a photo shooting around 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning doing photo shooting. And so I do this thing about that, and really cool, and I do this job and everything, so... And I do this thing about that, doing that video, and so it'll be great, and I know about this, and I do this glare like that, and so, we have another one, so we have a great, and I do this thing about that, so, and I did a job like this with the glare, and so, and he trying to find the real gecko, because he was trapped inside the bubble inside the HQ with the crab, the bottom floor. And so it would be great, and I know about this, and it's excellent, and it makes me laugh about this, and I know, and it's really cool, and I loved it, so, and I, all the time, and I used it thing about, it's really cool, and so I love to do a thing about that, and those of you, I just want an excellent, so, now they're back at the HQ, it's right behind, by Sonicboy and Owlette. I was doing excellent doing that job, and so, we have another one, so, and Owlette grabs his Sonicboy's arm, and so it'll be great, and I used it, and she was grabbing his arm. Now they're talking to each other like this, and I do that job, and I do this thing, and so, and I know about this, doing that job, my career, and so it'll be great, husband and wife, and I do this thing about that. And for those of you, I just want to share about this, and it's really cool, and I loved it, my job, and so, and I do this thing about that, and I loved it. And so, and I did that, this grin, and I did that with these eyebrows like there, and I show you about this, and so it'll be great, and I did that like that, and so, and I love it, so I want to show about this, and I know about this, doing this job, and I made her eyes close, and so we have another one, everything, I used it, so I loved it. And for those of you, I just went about this, it's really cool, and I did that job, and so, and I loved it, really cool, and I love this one. And for those of you, I just went about this, and I loved it, doing this job, and so I want to share about this, it's really cool when they were, the glaring like this, and he was, and Sonicboy saying, where's the real gecko, because that's Octobella, the next gecko, and it was Octobella, she transformed to another gecko, and they were glaring, angry grins like that, and I used it so, and they said, where's the real gecko, and I loved it, and he just said, you're not another gecko, you're Octobella, and usually I just want to show about this, it's really cool, and I loved it, and so, and I tried to rescue PJ Robot from Romeo, Robot and Robette, and so a really excellent, and when Owlette did that glaring with the grin like this, so they were glaring to Octobella, it's really cool, and I loved it, my job, my career, it's really cool. And so I loved it, and now they're back in the HQ, now they're rescuing, using their powers to untrap Gecko. Now everything's back to normal, and it's time to be a hero, so it's really cool. So, now they rescue PJ Robot for that. So, that's it for that. Subscribe, turn on the bell for notifications, and happy new episode day. That's all for Octo-Trouble. So, peace out, subscribe, comment down below what's your favorite one. So, farewell, happy new episode day, happy Thanksgiving earlier. Farewell.